It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. This should be a good one to watch. All that and more coming up next.
Now from the banks of the Ohio River, we welcome you to Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
To return is Greg Dortch. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019, to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Burrow now. They'll set up the screen to Brown.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. On 1st down, Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Burrow, RPO, get it to Chase. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Back to throw, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Gesicki, the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll try to run this one in. Whoa! From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
They'll go again here to Connor. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
The Bengals offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it, and he looks to be a bit short of the line, and that is going to bring up 4th down. So after 1, it's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. The Bengals ready to punt this one away. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again, and he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. On the ground, it's Connor. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Third down, 3 to go. Now Murray keeping it himself. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Connor. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Murray. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down? There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. On play action, Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Burrow. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and The ball falls incomplete.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the handoff, it's Connor. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Murray now on second down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Murray. He runs with it.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
Here's 2nd and 2. On the zone read, given to Connor. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Mike Hilton coming in to make the play. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's Murray to throw. That is caught, finding Higgins. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Here's a give up the middle, Connor. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, Murray. On the move, past the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now a second down throw for Murray. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Running here is Connor. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. But sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. He'll start at the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Burrow. Into space at the 45. And he'll be taken down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
This one complete to Higgins. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. A gain of 11 on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A throw on the move is caught. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second, as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Play action now. It's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This one from 41 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals go out to a 10-3 lead. So halftime here in Cincinnati, and the Bengals are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This taken just shy of the goal line. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow to the left side, caught by Chase. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Now Burrow on the bootleg. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up a third down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On first down, Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
A first down throw for Burrow. There's that man again, another catch. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
On first and 10, Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Burrow. That's going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Kazir White. He's inside the 40. Inside the 10. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Arizona. The offense trying to extend the lead, but the defense, not only the takeaway, but Greg, the pick six, and they can tie this thing up.
Yeah, and this game has been in the balance the entire way, and now for this defense to come up with this pick six, they've got a decision to make now, finding themselves down by 1 here in the second half.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cardinals will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. He'll start at the 2. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now he'll try to keep it going. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. A carry here for Brown. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
In trouble, and down he goes.
He's certainly making a strong case to be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, a touchdown earlier, now a sack. I mean, you talk about impacting the game in all areas. This guy's having himself a ball game.
The Bengals out and ready to punt. On the return, it's Dortch. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cards offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Murray with a give to Connor. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. This pass is caught by Greg Dortch. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
2nd down, Murray. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and a yard. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for one extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the 1st down.
Now Murray on 1st down. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A give, running right. It's Connor. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Murray now on 2nd down. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Jones. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. On 2nd down, here's a run with Connor. Good blocking, and he's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Prater's extra point is good. And the Cardinals go up by 7. It is now 17-10. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. A return now from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosibas. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Brown. And Dangling to the sideline, inside the 35. A pickup there of 19 yards. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Here's Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gesicki, the man in motion. He'll get this out wide. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Got his man at the 6. And he's in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. Even 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. Working out of the gun, Murray. Catch made, right side by Wilson. This is a give to Connor, running right. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Throwing right, it's taken in. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the give, this is Connor. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes third down. We'll try and run for this with Connor. Now a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Gonna work Connor in the middle here. And just a short pickup there to the 35. Second down and 8. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll get that to Wilson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up first and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score.
Now Murray. And he's in. Greg Dortch. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Prater on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cardinals will go up by 7.
Bengals 17.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. We've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Brown. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
They'll run here with Brown. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a Cincinnati first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Taken in by Gesicki. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
On first and 10, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's a designed run. Not much. Second and long coming up.
They went to the designed quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
They need one right now. Third and long. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it.
This is a really popular concept on third down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the first down. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself and has a huge gain for a first down.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. Not much there, maybe a yard. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll go again here to Connor. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. And he'll bring up third down. Toss play. It's Connor. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. The Cardinals lining up for a punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. To the left side. Caught by Chase. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Here's first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. First down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Burrow here on second down. "22 yards, the pickup there. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Burrow. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Now, Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Now a second down throw for Burrow. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10. Now, Burrow. And that's going to be intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.